Hello there, I'm someone and I can't talk to people, so I'll be talking to this camera instead and share some of my deepest thoughts and feelings that I want to get out of my chest and of my head, but I can't share with others. So I just put it out loud in front of this camera as if I was talking to someone else. I only can talk to myself, and I've always had this struggle to share my thoughts and my feelings with others. And I've been thinking for a while about making these videos to help me put out some of my thoughts that I wanted to share with people but couldn't. So I'll try my best. Today I don't really know what I want to talk about. I just opened the camera and started talking. I want to talk about silence. I love silence. I've always been someone silent, but I was in an environment that wasn't really silent. There was a lot of people and a lot of noise, and that wasn't really making me feel well, so I then got out of it to get a little peace. And now I have these moments where I'm alone and it's silent. I am now only hearing the sound of the streets. There's a really loud music, but when I close my window, there's only me and my thoughts. I like to lay on my bed. I have this new habit, my new hobby, that I like to lay in my bed, open the window, and when it's morning, I like to watch the sky and see the clouds passing by. Just seeing, and no thoughts. I try to, but my brain doesn't stop ever. So I try to see the clouds and just as clouds, not give them any form. Just clouds. They're just clouds. It's not a cloud that looks like a rabbit. It's not a car passing by in the sky. It's just a cloud. And I don't know, it's like, I like this calm. I like this boredom. I like this nothing. There's nothing there. It's just clouds and they passing. But I could stay all day doing that. Don't know why. I like that it's quiet. It's peaceful. There's nothing happening. It's just clouds passing by. I got this Radiohead song that I'm really fond of. Radiohead. It's one of my favorite bands in the world. And one of my favorite songs. You can call it basic, but it's no surprises. Because even in the first time I ever listened to that song, it was talking to me. It talks about like a quiet, calm life with no alarms and no surprises. I even got it tattooed on my forearms because, like, in the end, that's all I really want. I want a peaceful, quiet life. I don't really want much. I want to lay down and watch the clouds go by during the day, and during the night I want to sit on my balcony with a cup of tea to watch the moon and maybe a book to read. I want those kind of things in my life, and that's really hard to get in these times where the most you do, the most you busy, the most productive you are, most successful you are. Do I really want to succeed like that? I've been having these thoughts like I'm getting kind of lost in my life. I don't really know what to do, what I want to do, who I want to become, what I want to become, how do I want to live my life right now? What can I do to get there? How could I know? I don't even know what I want. So how could I know what to do to get there? It's like trying to make a cake. I don't even know the flavor I want to the cake. How can I know what the recipe to make the cake? So I've been trying to find what I want. I've been trying to look what to do, and I don't know, I kinda lost my purpose, but I'm finding it. I know I want to explore. I want more. I don't want just this city, just this street, just this neighborhood. I want to know more. I want to know all the cities in my country. I want to know all the countries in the world. I want to learn other languages. I want to read more books. I want to watch more movies. I've been watching a lot of movies right now. Today I watched this French movie and I really got in love with the main actress. Well, this was the vampire humanist seeking for suicidal consent. It's that movie. I'm gonna put the title here. It's a lot more easier. I've watched this one today. Yesterday I watched the Zoolander. And the other day I watched The Grand Hotel Budapest. I have to watch that movie at least one time a year because I love that one. And I've been fighting the monsters. I've been fighting the urge to rewatch it again because I need to get that time to know other movies. I've already watched it. I have to give chance to others. I've also rewatched Darjeeling Limited Darjeeling. I don't know the author right now, but I watched it again, and it's one of my favorite movies too, both from Wes Anderson. It must be basic too, but yeah, can't help it. And today I also watched the Hotel Chevalier. I didn't even know it was a prologue from the movie, but I watched it today. It's nice, though. Then didn't really connect it to it, but it was cool. Yeah, that was nice. I think that's it I watched today. I might watch another movie now after I record this video, and I'm not gonna lie, after this new year, I've been feeling kind of empty and lost because don't really know what to do right now. What can I make to get better? I want to do so many things. How? And why? I haven't been journaling much. I think the last entry was like December 6th or something like that. I want to go back doing that again because it was really fun, it was really cool, and I like to sometimes go back and read all the things I wrote down there. But I don't know, that's like this. I don't really know how to say. I think about so many things. I have all kinds of thoughts about life and about how I've been feeling. But when it comes to you, write them down or even talk them, as I am doing here, talk them to the camera. Don't really know how to do that. It's kind of hard. Can't even explain why. I've never done that. Never really got my thoughts out of my head and never really talked to anyone about things like that. So when I try to do it, don't really know how to. Yep. And I started talking about silence, and that's all I got now. Silence. Don't really know what to talk, don't really know what to think. And there's silence. People seem to get so bothered about silence. I don't really understand. I've got to the conclusion, I've already talked about it. I am a silent person. When I don't have anything to talk, I just won't talk. People seem to get bothered by that silence. I don't, not even a bit. I would prefer silence than to just pour gibberish into a conversation. When I don't have anything to talk, I just don't. I just remain silent till anything appears. And sometimes I see people get bothered by that, but I'm not going to try to feel that silence because it does not bother me. I once had a relationship with the boy and it's kind of funny now, but I would talk with him about some things and I would tell him we both knew each other, so we didn't really knew much about each other, so we were trying to get to that phase when you get to know about the others, what the other interests and those kind of things. And we would talk and I would say things and everything. And I didn't really talk much even in that time. I did not force myself to talk. If I didn't want to talk, I would just remain silent. And I saw that it really bothered him. I don't know. I think he said something at the time that he could never guess what I was thinking, so he would get worried of what I was thinking. But I was really thinking of nothing. If I'm not talking, then I'm just observing and being myself. And I don't know. I don't know how my mind really works. Like, I just go places. And I think about all random things that don't really matter, but I'm not thinking about the silence. I'm not thinking about something to feel that because it's awkward. It's not, because to me it's not. Silence is not awkward to me anymore because I've already embraced that thing of mine that I like silence. If I don't have anything to talk, I just won't. And I remember we would go out, and when I stopped talking, he would look at me and say, "Okay, anything more you want to talk?" And I would say like, "Nope." And he would like, "Okay then." I could at that time I tried hard to fill the silence with anything. I would try to come up with questions. I would even beforehand search for questions I could make. I would search for questions I could make him when those times of silence would come up. So we didn't have to deal with the silence, and I didn't have to deal with his questions like anything more to say. And then I would make lists on my phone to questions to make him into things to talk about. So whenever that question came up, I would come up with more things to say. But that's funny now that I remember. And I want to make a video just for that in the future about reasons why I think I'm not ready for relationships, and why I think relationships are so hard. And relationships that talking with friends, family, or anyone. Relationships in general are hard. And to me especially, because I have a lot of problems with myself, and one of this was me being quiet, because I have always thought people don't like quiet. I need to talk more. I need to be more talkative. And that's not necessarily true. I've come to realize I'm just like this. That's me. I'm quiet. I don't like to talk much to fill the silence. And I don't really like to talk much when I'm with people. But that's something I want to improve, because I will always have myself to talk, but that's not the ideal, I guess. I'm really sure of that. That's not the ideal. I want to communicate with people. I want to know others. I want to connect with people the way I never did before. And to that, I need to talk. I need to share, not just receive, as I've always been doing. Because I've always liked to listen, and I've always been there to listen and care for people. But I didn't never allowed myself to do that, to talk and to share my deepest thoughts and feelings with others. I've always liked to remain silent, because I don't know, I've always feared the rejection and the judgment that I could come across when I share my thoughts. And I am quiet, and I talk in a low voice, and I talk softly, but I want to this year start being more open to people and talk loud and speak louder to people to understand me, and be less silent. I won't change myself on that thing about when I have nothing to say. When I have nothing to say, I won't say anything, because silent isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes the silent is necessary, and I like silent. At this point, I don't even understand where this video is going and what the fuck am I saying here? But that's the thing. When I talk, I make no sense. And I would like to rewatch this video and try to talk louder in the others in the future videos and improve the way I talk and how I talk to make people understand me and get the message that I want them to get. But this video is absolutely nonsense, and I already knew it would come up with something like that because I had no fucking idea what I would talk about when I started recording. But that's it. I guess I'll be ending here saying that I don't have anything to talk, so I'll just remain silent till the next time I have something to talk, and I'll press record again. And that's it. Bye. That goodbye was really awkward. I probably would just cut that up. Okay.